and today we are going to be talking about Concerned Ape's new game called The Haunted Chocolatier. So, what The Haunted Chocolatier is basically about is you're a chocolate maker in a factory, and it's kind of based on the first game, Stardew Valley. I'll be explaining what Stardew Valley is a little bit farther into the video. You can just skip to that if you don't want to know what this is. But let's just get everything that we need to know about this first, and then we can talk about Eric Barone's, aka Concerned Ape's, first game named Stardew Valley. This is basically a second game. So here it says, "Hey everyone, thanks so much for all the kind words about the announcement last week. It's been a lot of fun to see everyone's reaction after working on this for over a year." Yeah, that's kind of crazy. We didn't even know he's been working on this for over a year, in secret. "Now I'm back into the grind of making the game, which I enjoy, obviously. I plan on using this blog in a casual way to write about what I'm up to and to share tidbits about the Haunted Chocolatier. And just so you know, he's the only one working on this game. It's only him. He doesn't have anyone else, which is crazy. He's the only one working on this game. Okay, I probably won't stick to a defined schedule, but instead just post things when it feels right, which is very cool. One thing I want to mention is the combat. Haunted Chocolatier has a greater focus on combat, so it needs to be very fun, satisfying, and engaging, which also appropriately fitting into the big picture. You can rest assured that I'm not copying or pasting Stardew's combat, which I wouldn't mind at all because I love Stardew Valley's combat. On the contrary, almost everything in Haunted Chocolatier includes the combat is completely coded and drawn from scratch. That is very cool. Here's an example. Unmute if you want to hear the sound. Here, let's just turn it on mute. There. Yeah, that's very cool. So, let's see what kind of sword he has. It looks like he kind of has a copper-looking sword or something. And it looks like the combat is different. Like, if you hit an enemy, there's stars above their head, and and kind of their insides spill out. Like, this looks like a golden bee or something, and bones spilled out of it. That's very cool. That's a lot different. Well, not a lot, but it's a bit different than Stardew Valley's. You may have noticed this from the earlier video footage, but there are shields in this game. Many attacks can be blocked with the shield, and in most cases, blocking an attack causes the enemy to become stunned. While an enemy is stunned, you can attack them much faster, as seen above. That is super cool. Yeah, so here, this guy is stunned. You can visit this at this website, but I'm going to be here. And the shield / stun mechanic rewards more cautious, patient players who wait for a window of opportunity. But you don't have to play like this. You could just as well charge in aggressively, and if you can pull it off, you'll defeat enemies more quickly that way. There will be other offhand items besides shields that will complement different playstyles. You might also notice that the sword swing animations look different than it did in the original footage. But that's because I'm still working on everything, and it's all a work in progress. Everything seen so far could still change before the game is finished. If you followed the development of Stardew Valley, this will be familiar. If you followed Stardew development, you might know that I like to keep my cards close to my chest. I prefer to leave many things to be discovered by players. I think it's more fun that way. I want to surprise and delight people, but if they already know everything in the game, that takes a certain element out of the final experience. That is very true. The bottom line is that I won't rest or release this game until I am personally satisfied that it is very fun and compelling in every aspect. If it never gets there, I'll just never release it. But don't worry, I have 100% faith that I'll get it there. Well, I know that it'll get there because Stardew Valley was one of my favorite games. So this will probably be as good, maybe even better. I don't know. Everything is on the right track so far. I have the complete version of the game in my head, and it's just a matter of grinding it out, which is what I'm doing every day. Thank you all for reading this. Right, I'm going back to work. Yes, thank you. Okay, that's about combat, kind of. This is announcing my first game. I mean, not first. I'm announcing my new game. Hey, hello, everyone. After dedicating 10 years of my life to Stardew Valley and counting, the time has finally come to announce my next game. It's called Concerned Apes Haunted Chocolatier. That is so cool. So let's just watch this video first to see what it's kind of about. Okay, I'm so sorry to stop you really quick, but the mountains and everything looks similar so far. Is that Robin's house? And I have no idea where that is, but that looks super cool. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so it looks more medieval and more than Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley looked more modern, but this looks more medieval. Yeah, everything's snowing. That's cool. At least it has seasons. That's cool. This basically looks like Stardew Valley. This is really cool. You could even see the reflection in the mirror. Did you see that? Like, just look at that super slowly. Look at the mirror. See? It's so sick. What's this? Oh, that's so sick. Oh, he used the shield. Yo, you can have a bow? That's so sick. Oh my god, this is so cool. Oh, so it looks like you can have your own shop or something and you can sell. That's so cool. Oh, and you can marry people. All the NPCs look sick. Everything looks so clean so far. Yeah, and you can marry people. That's so sick. Looks like we're in some type of bar here. Well, that is it. That is all we get so far. I am so very excited for that. But let's just see what he has to say. Why chocolate? I'm not sure. It's just kind of came to me. I think sometimes the best ideas just appear in a flash instead of being cleverly thought out. That is very true, actually. That's how I like to work anyway. What's important is the execution. And after 10 years of practice, I feel more confident than ever in being able to bring an idea to life. Regardless, I think a lot of people like chocolate. Yes, I love chocolate myself. And I think a lot of you do too. In Stardew Valley, the focus was more humble, living off the land, growing food, and connecting to people and nature around you. However, with my next game, I wanted to explore more fantastical possibilities, experiences that can take you beyond the ordinary. That's where magical haunted ghost chocolate comes in. That is so cool. So his last game was kind of about just chilling in the farm country, just growing some crops, which I love. It's a very chill game. So he looks like he's taking definitely a different type of approach in this game, which I'm very excited for. Chocolate represents that which is delightful. The haunted castle represents the allure of the unknown. The ghosts represent the imprint of the past. All these things are important. However, I don't think for a moment that because this game features ghosts in a haunted castle, it is an evil or negative game. On the contrary, I intend for this game to be positive, uplifting, and life-affirming. However, in Stardew Valley mostly channeled the energy of the sun. Haunted Chocolatier channels the energy of the moon. Both are vital. That is one of the best quotes I've ever heard. That is so sick. I love this right here, this line. That's very cool. More important than all that, I just want to make a fun game. Now you might be scratching your head, wondering exactly what type of game this is. I'm not sure how to describe it. It's evolving organically as I develop it, so I'm not sure where it will go. But at its core, the gameplay loop involves gathering ingredients, making chocolate, and running a chocolate shop. Of course, there's a lot more to the game than that, but I don't want to get too deep into the game at an early stage. Partly because I don't want to be tied down to any particular concept of what the game is. So far, I've been having fun working on this game. There are so many possibilities. With Stardew Valley, I felt somewhat constrained because I was working on an established tradition. I don't regret that at all, but there's always been a part of me that wanted to go unleashed. I believe this will be a good opportunity, but I haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet. I've been mostly working on the meat and potatoes of the game so far. But what really brings a game to life is the spice, the sauce, and haven't really got to the sauce yet. That's coming. So what he's basically saying is he's only gotten the base part of the game down, and he hasn't really gotten all the really cool stuff yet, like all the NPCs, the houses and stuff, all the marrying people. That's very cool. Anyway, this is all largely talk at this point. At this point. While the video I put together may look like the game is at an advanced stage of development, there's still a ton of stuff to do. And the way I work, things often don't come together until the final moments. I tend to work with a vertical slice approach, and it's so easy to put together some video that looks like a finished game. But there's a ton of content I still need to make, so please understand that it will be a while before this game is done. I am going to be working on it as much as I can, though. Thanks for reading all this, Ape. I do not care if it takes 25 years. I am still very excited and very grateful that you're making this game, Ape. Thank you so much. So let's just look at some screenshots of the game so far. Okay, so yeah, I'm saying it looks like a little bit more medieval, and there's definitely seasons, I think, because here it's summer, here it's winter, so it's basically like Stardew Valley. Trees look the same. I love this chocolate building design. It looks very cool. That's us, I suppose, but you can change your avatar in the game. This is inside. There's a butler, and this looks like some of the things in Stardew Valley on these paintings. Like that's the cowboy and Prairie of the King. Like there's some trees. There's a cake. That's very cool. Oh, this is very cool. It's like a what's it called? A camp ranger. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. And it's just seeing what the fire risk is. That's very cool. It's like if you go to a forest or something in real life. Here are the chocolate bar, simple truffle. So you can make different things and sell them. Value 10 coins. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's the same as that. I don't know. This is very cool. So you cook it in your shop. There's the bakery. Everything looks super clean so far. Yeah, this looks like Stardew Valley. There's your shop. I'm guessing this is your house, or I don't know, because maybe this is your house or this is your house. I'm not totally sure. Maybe like that's your cabin or something. I'm not sure. This is a shop, obviously some combat, and a furnace guy, just like in Stardew Valley. I forgot his name. I can't remember his name, but the blacksmith in Stardew Valley. So you can take a moment to read all this. And I'm sad that it's not multiplayer yet, but I hope they make it multiplayer. And the only platform I am 100% certain about is PC. However, I have every intention of bringing it to the major platforms as well. Is the same engine as Stardew Valley? No, it's a new game written in C#, slash mono game. However, there are some areas where I can reuse code from Stardew Valley, so that is nice. So those are just some of the main questions. Yeah. Okay, so if you do not know what Stardew Valley is, this is Stardew Valley. It's his first game. You probably know what it is. So you're moving to a valley from like your old work where you lived in the city. You've inherited your grandfather's old farm plot in Stardew Valley, armed with hand-me-down tools and a few coins. You set out to begin your new life. This is what it looks like. This is your farm. You can make it multiplayer, apple trees. These are the mines. This is some of the combat. There's our slimes, iron sword. It's like Minecraft. There's Marnie. That's Leah's house, if you don't know. This is her ranch. That's you. You can change your avatar. That's a star fruit. This is your farm. That's a greenhouse. This is your farm. These are cow, duck, chicken, goat, peaches. I don't know what that is. I think that's starfruit. I'm not sure. I can't remember what that is. Barn, chicken coop. You can grow so many crops. It's super cool. There's our crab pots. This is the what's it called? Kind of a farmer's market at night. It's the night market, and free coffee. There's a vegetable produce guy. I don't want to spoil too much for you. You should definitely go check out the game. And you can just live off the land, just chill. And these are the things that it can run. You can run on Steam, Humble Store, GOG.com, Xbox, PS4, Nintendo, Apple iOS, Android, and it can run on many things. So it's not only PC. I'm on PC right now, obviously. But yeah, that's basically all you need to know. So Eric Barone, aka Concerned Ape, is making a second game, and I'm very excited about it. And I hope you are too. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.